Welcome to the Quarter Life Funk podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Alice, and this is another short and sweet, bite-sized mini episode all about spirituality, mindset, and manifestation. Get ready to up-level in just 15 minutes. Hey Soul Fam, and welcome to a short and sweet episode. I hope you've had a chance to listen to Natasha Mack's episode with me last week. It was incredible, and she channeled a message for the Quarter Life Funk babes. And before we dig into the money story, what's your money story today, I want to just go through that message. I have the message in written form. If any of you want to have it as a message and read over again and again, just give me a DM. I've got it on my notes and I'll send it to you. But it was an incredible message. I welled up, and I'm not a typical Cancer, Moon, Pisces, Sun, crybaby that, you know, the stereotype of my signs are. I think my Venus and Aquarius makes me a little bit harder, and I was welling up, and it was confirmation. It was confirmation for me of who you guys are, and I know you're special. I know you're here to do something bigger than what you're currently doing or feeling, and have a life greater than what's currently is for you. And I know your life can be great at the moment, but there's even more greatness to be had. So it was more confirmation for me, and it was the same kind of themes of my book as well being played out. It was amazing, and I loved it. So the first thing that she mentioned in this message was it's a time for you to go deeper within. Just by listening to this podcast episode, there are energies within you being activated that are ready to be acknowledged. Trust that, okay? It might sound super woo to some of you, but everything's energy. And what was happening was energy was being transmuted to you. And some of you might have had some throat chakra activations, which I'll come on to in a moment. And she wanted to say, well, whoever's coming through with this message, Natasha was the channel, she was the platform in itself. They wanted you to know that you've got to start to become aware of these narratives, these false limiting beliefs, these fears that you are holding on to, because it's holding you back. It's not allowing you to manifest all the things that you want and to pursue your soul's mission and purpose. And they want you to start going deep within. And this is what I always say, you know, as soon as we do the inner work, everything opens up for us. If we want to manifest big shit, like the dream house, partner, lifestyle, soul, mission and purpose, we've got to go deeper. I've been doing this work consistently for so long and acquiring the tools to help me to elevate to that next level, and it works, guys. It really does. And it's hard, you know, it's not easy to go and look at what shit you're carrying, and a lot of it sometimes you don't believe is a false belief because it's so ingrained, but it is really untrue. You are all worthy, you're all good enough to have whatever you desire. And awareness is key, and she said that. Start being mindful of the narratives, mindful of the fears, mindful of your emotions. What are they trying to teach you? What do they want you to know? Start there. And I was thinking, okay, we can start by keeping a log or a journal or putting something in a phone whenever this comes up. As soon as we get triggered, as soon as we have an emotion or a narrative that keeps playing on repeat, the inner critical bitch comes out, pop it in your phone. Or journaling it at night, have a journaling practice. And again, if you read my book, and I know I keep going on my book, but it talks about this. This is the first step. Like, identify your patterns, look at the timeline in your life of what stories are played out and repeat. How, like for me, it was toxicity in relationships. It was playing it small. That is an amazing start to do this, okay? And then she talked about throat chakra activations. How many of you are not speaking your truth? How many of you are dimming your light? How many of you are not wanting to share opinions, thoughts and feelings about this? And I'm still, you know, this still plays up for me, and I've had throat chakra issues completely throughout my life, and I've continued to work on it. And by writing the book, I talked about my stories, and I opened up, and my throat chakra cleared, and I was also being activated, and I was also rising. As soon as I did that, it opened up for me. And don't hold back with things. Be your true authentic self, because you're so unique. And as she said, or whatever the message and who it was from was saying, they know you're unique. They know you've got a special soul mission. They know you're here to share stories and to inspire others. You've got such a great energy about you. Do it, guys. Get rid of these limiting beliefs, these fears that are weighing you down. Do this work. Stop thinking about manifestation being rubbing the genie's lamp, pretty vision boards. Fuck that shit for now. get going deep. And I'm being really passionate because I believe in you and I believe this so much. There's a reason why you're in this space. The universe works in mysterious ways. And why you're listening to this podcast is because you need to know that message. So that is the message. And now it's nearly 5 minutes and I've been going on about that because it's so beautiful and it was needed. And another part of the message saying it's all in divine timing. Don't expect this to happen overnight. I didn't get to start to live my soul purpose and mission until a year or two after I was doing this work. And also something really interesting happened because she talked about some of you having these throat activations and your throat might be tingling. As I listened to the podcast, I didn't experience any of those feelings as I was doing the podcast interview with Natasha. When I came back to edit it, which was last night, now I'm a week ahead because I was so excited to get on this podcast and share this message with you. I had a sore throat for about 12 hours. And initially I thought, I'm ill. Like, I can't believe this is happening. I'm ill. But I was getting my temperature checked and it was fine. Obviously, we're everywhere checking our temperatures. And I had this sore throat where I struggled to swallow and project my voice for about 12 hours. It was so weird. So weird when I'm editing a podcast about throat activations and immediately came on after that. I remember taking a gulp as I did the editing and I was like, oh, this is interesting. Believe in this shit, guys. It's real, it's happening. Be open to more things. And yeah, I'm just so excited for your journey ahead because I know how much you're going to expand and grow. I'm absolutely so excited for you. Anyway, let's dive into what we're going to talk about today, which is all about your money story. And this is also looking at patterns and narratives and becoming mindful of stuff that's going on with your relationship with money, because money is just energy. Everything is energy. This whole universe, everything's made up of energy, guys, even money. And we are either attracting or repelling this energy based on our programming or energetics on a conscious and subconscious level. Now, I think this was the difficulty for me to wrap my head around, that money was an energy, an energetic frequency, and where I can attract more of it into our lives, is because it always came through a middleman, either my parents when I was younger, banks, or your employer. And you've got to open up your mind to this. You've got to open up your mind to the fact that money doesn't have to come through those people. And then you limit yourself thinking, well, I can't attract more money because I haven't had a pay rise and it comes from my employer. Open your mind up. I've had random competition wins. I've had money randomly put in my bank account. I'm not joking you, okay? Taxman, refunds out of nowhere where companies contacted you and said, hang on, we owe you a money. Start opening your mind about how money can come through to you, and this will help for you to expand with the energetics of money and receiving more money and being open to receiving more money. Now, we all have a money story, and this money story will dictate our beliefs, energetics around money, and whether, again, we are repelling it or we are attracting it into our lives. So I have a super mega activity tip for you to try, okay? So what I want you to do is go and grab a piece of paper, draw a timeline from 0 years to the age you are now. And on this timeline, you're going to map your encounters and experiences with money, because those encounters and experiences are going to identify the patterns or maybe help you gain awareness of what limiting beliefs, or may not be limiting, or just general beliefs that you gained about money during your life. Now, I always thought I had a pretty good relationship with money because my parents used to have a fairly good relationship with money. It was probably my nan and the kind of local community around me that had different views. So also look at where you grew up and what was either the town, city, your immediate kind of community, what were their beliefs about money as well. That's super cool. I'm giving away loads of tips here. And like I said, just journal it out, because I'm going to go back and tell you some stories. And I've done this through self-hypnosis recently, and I put it on my stories, my IG stories, about this kind of revelation I had and realised, actually, my relationship with money might not be as rosy as it seems, okay? So I did some self-hypnosis with the intention to go back to my first ever time with money. And it was so interesting because this memory popped up that I actually forgotten about. And I was about 4 years old at a push, and my mum was helping her friend out, and I think she had a daughter and her friends were there. And one of the girls swallowed a 50p piece, right? And we had to get her to the hospital or walk-in centre. Now don't remember what it was, but I remember at the time, and this is the main thing, that I was really like, wow, quite nervous, quite scared. I was taking on a lot of energy because little empath me was like, oh fuck, what's going on here? And I thought something really bad was going to happen to her. And we went and took her to the hospital, and although I found out the outcome was basically the doctor saying she will basically shit it out, it was just a terrifying ordeal for me. And it made me think, maybe I feel that money is not safe, it's dangerous. And then I had another memory of when my mum used to take me and my cousins to my great grandmother's, and it would be this really special occasion, and at the end of the occasion she would offer a 50p piece. 50p's going up a lot for me. A 50p piece to like me and my cousins. But my mum would butt in and be like, no, Nan, you don't have to do that. Don't be daft. Like, you know, the northern British woman trying to be all polite and humble and all that shit. And just make such an ordeal out of it. And I'm there, little me, thinking, give me the 50p, you know what I mean? Let me roll. And my mum would like, give him a bag of crisps instead. And then if I was, my nan would be like, no, don't worry, you know, all that bollocks. And I sound such a selfish little kid. I wasn't. I just wanted the money, you know. I'm a kid. I'm just like, think it's amazing. And my nan would give me this 50p, and it would be there, like, shining above me. And I would think, what an amazing, special moment. And it made me think, you know, maybe I feel guilty for having money, like I'm taking from somebody else, because my mum would make such a big deal of it. And maybe money had such power over me because everyone would just be like raving over the fact they'd been given this 50p. So go back to the first moment that you were ever given money. Was it made it into such a powerful, big event? Does money have power over you? And then over time, you know, you've got these different relationships with money. You hear about people's different views of money that you'll take onto your own, especially before the ages of 7 to 8 and in adolescence, when you haven't got the great rationalization processes. And even afterwards, start tracking. Was there a first time you got into debt and panicked? Did you go for a promotion or and didn't get it? Or you applied for a job and tried to negotiate the salary you wanted and didn't get it, even though you felt that you were of more worth? Did you lose out to money on an investment that wasn't fruitful? Did your family have a fallout over money, or you had a fallout with a friend over money? It's so interesting, all these moments and how they played out and maybe have impacted you on a deep level, and now you're reflecting that into your reality of your beliefs and your relationship with money. It's so amazing. Do the activity, let me know how it goes, DM me, share the episode, or if you've had some amazing insight, I'd love to know. Please give me a DM. Right, so let's pull a card to finish off the episode. What do the quarter life funk babes need to know? I'm using the Moonology deck by Yasmin Boland. I'm really tempted to pull my Aligned and Abundant Academy forward. Don't know why, I have a really strong feeling. And I just know that we've got so many of these beliefs, these fears that we work on, because that's what the Aligned and Abundant Academy is all about. It's about doing the inner work on such a deep level to manifest abundance in all forms, dreams, soul missions, whatever it may be. So I am tempted, and I will make the announcement in a couple of weeks' time. I just need to sit with it a little bit more. Oh, okay. Aries, new moon in Aries, it's time to take action. So some of you may be feeling compelled to take action at the moment with something. One's dropped on the floor. A time for healing. Oh my gosh! You can't make this shit up. Balsamic moon. I think it's balsamic, like balsamic vinegar. Might be merging that term. A time for healing, guys. As we've been saying in this episode. Oh, okay, I get it. Take action for healing. Oh my God, you can't make shit up. I love it so much. I'm going to have to put this on the IG stories. Oh, wow. Take action on healing, guys. I love that. Right, I'm a little bit in disbelief. Okay, have an amazing day or evening wherever you are in the world. Bye-bye.